Students, today we are going to learn about that consumption and investment function. Consumption and investment function. Already we have studied about second lesson national income, no? So based on the national income only, here also we have to study this consumption and investment. Okay, this consumption and investment play an important role in national income, because through the consumption and investment only we have to increase our income, because consumption increasing means a demand. Okay, we are buying more things, that is a consumer side. Investment, whenever we have buying more commodities means immediately producer put that more investment. So the consumption and investment function, okay, closely related or important very role in the increasing national income. That is that we are going to learn this lesson. Next topic is consumption function. Consumption function means what? Income and consumption relationship only. Okay, so relationship between that income and consumption only, consumption function. What is the relationship between income and consumption? Already we know very well that national income lesson we have learned. Whenever income increases, consumption also increases. That is the close relationship between income and consumption. In symbolically, how we are writing? C is equal to f of y. Okay, C is equal to f of y. C means what? Consumption. F means function. Y means income. Already we know. In this functions of income and consumption, C is a dependent variable. Okay, C is a dependent variable. You note down, this is the 1 mark question. They are given this question, C is equal to function of y means which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable, like this asking. So dependent variable means C, independent variable means y, because C means based on the y, because the y only determine the consumption. Y means what? Income. So y only determine the consumption. So that is called a dependent variable, is a consumption. Income. Okay, income is a independent variable, because income, we are getting income, after that only we have consumption. Okay, so that is called the C is equal to f of y. Next, income schedule. Income schedule, see here, income, consumption, savings. Okay, income means y, know very well. Consumption means C, savings means S. Here first see here 0, 60, 120, 180, 240. This like this income is increasing. Okay, income is increasing. The same consumption, see here, first 0 income only. Okay, no income, but consumption is 20, because we had to spend our day-to-day daily activities, so we had to consume from that past saving at least 100 rupees or 500 rupees. Middle class also have to saving in their hand itself. So we, without income, we have to take a consumption from the past saving. So here no savings, because we have to take we can't saving. And the next stage, income is increasing. Okay, income is increasing 60, so consumption is also increasing 70. But here also about that income, okay, consumption only increases, there's no income, sorry, no saving. So like this income increasing, next level, equally consumption, investment spend. Okay, income and consumption spend. And then lastly 240, increasing income, 220 only consume, remaining 20 rupees they have to increasing. Then before 10 rupees they have to put the saving. Okay, so this is that income schedule. Based on the income schedule, we have to see this income, consumption investment diagram. Already we know that x-axis income, that means a horizontal line income, vertical line consumption. This is income, this is consumption. The same thing only, 120 income means 120, okay va, 120 income means 130, like this 180 means 170. Here 0 but we have to consume 20 rupees, that is called the consumption. Without income also we have to consume. And then this straight line, 45 degree straight line is C is equal to Y, okay, because whenever gets income 120, consumption also 120, okay. So based on the schedule we have to draw this diagram, the same explanation only the diagram also. Next, technical attributes of the consumption function. What are the technical attributes? 4 technical attributes are there: APC, MPC, APS, MPS. APC means what? C by Y, that means consumption by income. MPC means changes, okay, already I said like this triangle means changes. So changes in consumption, changes in income, how much changing in consumption from that income, okay. So ratio of changes, ratio of consumption, investment, consumption and income. MPC means what? Ratio of change in consumption, ratio of change in how much changing the income and consumption. APS means the same thing, savings and income. MPS means what? Changes of savings and changes of income, okay. So that's only technical attributes. Then 2 more question, each and every this 4 columns are there, no, 4 technical attributes. Within this anyone will come, you have to remember it, you have to make up it, okay. How we have to find out that APC, MPC? See here, APC, okay, APC means we have to calculate the ratio only, no. So percentage, C plus Y, sorry, C divided by Y. C means what? First consumption 120, we take any example, income also 120. So ratio means you have to find out the percentage, no, so you have to take 100. So here 100 only, okay, because 120 cancel, remaining 100 only. And then APS means savings and Y. Savings, how many are there? First savings, okay, first savings means no savings, so that's only 0 here mentioned. And then how much consumption? 120, so 0 only answer. So here no marginal propensity to consume, not marginal propensity to saving, because here without income they have to consume, without income no savings, so here no there, okay va. Then next one, APC, whenever income increases, okay, whenever income increases, APC percentage, APS also increasing, no. So 170 income, 180 income, 170 consumption, so remaining 100 into 100, no, so 94 point. And then APS savings, because from this 170 only we have to consume, no, remaining amount we have to spend for savings, so 180, remaining 5.56, okay. So here savings are there, no, so that's only MPC 50 divided by 60, because income increasing 50 to 60, so 0 point something. And then MPS is equal to 10 by 60, 0.17, okay. So like this we have to calculate the ratios. Next, keen psychological law of consumption, okay, keen psychological law of consumption. Keen cyclical law of consumption. This law explains consumption less than full increasing income. We know already, we know very well, we have studied about the Keynesian thought in 3rd lesson. Then Keynes told income increases, consumption also increases, okay. Keynes told like this only, no, income increases, consumption also increases, but not in equal, okay. So like this only, this theory also explain, okay, that is the same model only, no. So consumption less than full increasing income, we not all spend all the increment of income for consumption, that is called that Keynes psychological law of consumption. What are the assumption? 4 assumption, 3 assumptions are there. First one is ceteris paribus, okay. Ceteris paribus means, you know very well as economic student, ceteris paribus means other variables constant. Other variable means except income, because consumption only depend upon, according to this theory, income only, okay. So remaining other things constant. What are the other things? Consumption what are the other things means distribution of factors of income, substitution goods price level, and then other price level. Okay, so like this other variables all the one constant, income only. Okay, income only based on the consumption, so that is called that ceteris paribus. So consumption depend upon only alone income. Okay, sorry. Second one is existence of normal conditions. Existence of normal condition, according to Keynes psychological law, consumption income increases, consumption increases, but not in same way. But whenever income increases, our consumption also increases, only the law. Okay, but some existence, but not in equal. No, some of the amount we have to spend for saving, that's only this law. No, but existence of normal condition means some of the any difficulty situation. Okay, what are the difficulty situation? Early days war period, hyperinflation. Inflation means what? Value of money decreased, price level increasing. And then nowadays we are facing the COVID-19. Okay, that is a very difficult question, because lot of people not getting the job, but maximum people lost their job, so they have to taking from their saving, they have to spend their consumption. So people spend all income for consumption. Okay, because they have not all much more amount. That's only this law not suitable for any difficulty situation. Okay, next one is existence of laissez-faire. Existence of laissez-faire capitalist economy, the same thing. Laissez-faire means what? Not intervention by government. Okay, no intervention by government. So this law only suitable for laissez-faire countries alone. Then some in our countries always government dependent also there. So like this our country not all suitable this law. Okay, next one, assumption completed. Next, propositions of the law. Okay, propositions of the law. Here also three laws are there. When income increases, consumption expenditure also increases. Okay, but in a smaller amount. I told you already, income increases, consumption also increases. So each and every year our increment increases means sometimes, after sometimes we have fulfilled our need. So after fulfilled our need, we not all spend for more amount for consumption. We have to decide the taking some of the amount for savings. Okay, so when income increases, consumption expenditure also increases, not in the same way. Next one, the increased income will be divided into same proportion of consumption, expenditure and saving. I said no, the first topic only the same thing. Whenever income increases, consumption also increases, but not in same level. So remaining amount for we have to decide that saving. That is the second point. Next one is income increases always leads to increasing in both consumption and in savings. Because after some time our income increases, maximum half of the amount we have to put in saving, half of the amount only we have to spend for consumption. Okay, so this is the propositions of law. Up to this we have completed. So next topic we will discuss next class. Okay, so today we completed up to proportion of the law. Thank you.